Hey guys, this is Chad with Pure Media Systems. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are out here bright and early in Allen, Texas. We're going to do an outdoor speaker system and patio TV system with Samsung Terrace, Red Atom landscape speakers, episode speakers, Sonos, in the works. Stay tuned after the intro. Alright guys, so here we are. Customer has a old TV right there. They had an indoor TV outside, which obviously failed. So we're upgrading now. We're going to put a 55-inch Samsung Terrace on a Sunbright articulating arm over here. We're going to have a set of the episode outdoor speakers under the patio. Out here we're going to have Red Atom. We're going to have the Red 6 Land, which is 4 6.5-inch speakers and a 12-inch burial sub. Out here, so we're going to have the 4 speakers around the pool and the sub over here. All this is going to be powered by Sonos, which is a great solution for a small system like this. So it's a great value system, good performance for the money. So we're excited to get all this going, and we're going to get to work. So we've got the cedar box down. You can see we're going to get the last plate off the wall there, but that wood is starting to rot out. If you're building a cedar box or any wood box or structure or anything outside, make sure you're using the right hardware for outside. See, they use what looks like drywall screws, and the screws are rusting through them. They're getting very fragile, and have to be very careful when removing the screws out of the wall here. So make sure you use the proper hardware for outdoor purposes. So we're going to need to work on getting the rest of the box down, the rest of the wood, and mocking up the TV mount. So we're cleaning up the wall here. But you can see remnants of where there was rodents inside the box. There was actually rodent droppings. So something to keep in mind. There was just behind this box, there was a small gap, and you can see where nests were built. You can see it all down kind of here, but it was all built up on top of this bottom board here. So just keep things in mind when building boxes and however you do your outdoor enclosures. Alright, so we're about to unbox our Samsung Terrace. We got the 55-inch. We're going to be using the Sunbright SBWM ART2 XLBL. This is the extra large mount. This will be able to hold bigger TVs, and so we wanted to just make sure we're future-proofed and not get us stuck with something and have to buy something else later. May ask why we're not using the Samsung mounts. Honestly, they're just not quite as versatile. Like the Sunbright mounts a lot more personally. So we're going to go ahead and get this unboxed and start getting the bracket on. So we've got our cable going up here. We're using, of course, ICE 14.4, their FX series. This is a burial rated cable. We are going into conduit as well, just to protect it. We're going already here. We've got everything trenched over. We're going to come out into the flower bed. We're going underneath all the stone. We're going into the flower bed, and from there we can bury it. We're going to go to the sub and and spread out from there. So this is going to be an 8 ohm setup. Wire everything to the sub, and then go out from there and go to the speakers. So with the Sonos amp at 125 watts a channel, it's sufficient for this setup. These speakers can actually take more power if we chose to do that. You can drive the sub separately, so we are actually running an extra cable to the sub if we ever decide to upgrade in the future to other systems, to other types of speakers, or customer wants a little more oomph out of the sub, but this should still be a really nice system here. So we're getting it all set up. Of course, we're going to use ARC out of the or audio return channel from the TV, which we've got the back plate on here, and we're going to start taking measurements here so we know exactly where to put it on the wall. But we're using the binary audio return channel over Ethernet, so we don't have to have extra HDMI cables or anything out here, and we'll just have a couple Ethernet cables that go up into the attic. So got the customer, they've got an electrician coming out that's going to, there's actually a outlet right on the other side of the wall here on the inside, so they should be able to tap off that and put an outlet right on the other side of the wall here. Not sure whoever installed this stuff previously did some interesting decisions here, and have conduit that went straight through the roof line. We're going to come up and actually go around this gutter and go straight up. So customer, like I said, is getting their roof redone. It gives them an opportunity to have all of this patched up. So we're gonna get back to work. All right, so I'm not sure how well it's showing up on video, but we've got our space we're gonna drill our holes marked out. Use heavy duty top guns into the brick here. So it'll hold this bracket up very, very well here in this brick. So we've got our mount on the wall here. We're stringing up the cable over the pergola here. There's a channel we're able to get this. Of course, we're using outdoor cable as well. Over here, we've got our cable run in the conduit. Let's come over here so you can see. So we'll come in and backfill this here in a little bit. We've got our conduit coming over here. Over here, comes up here and goes right up into the soffit here. So make it nice and clean. We got it coming down all the way over here. Going underneath the border here. And then we've got a buried rated cable, so it's going to be buried here. Like I said, we're running an extra cable here just in case. But we are trenching down now here, come across, and we're going to go over to the sub. So you can see we're using exterior screws, which includes for decks, outdoor projects, etc. And that's what we're using up here for our to mount our brackets to. So we've got the two brackets up here. You guys are getting the cable buried out here for the speakers. We got one of the speakers out here now. You can see right here, got one of the speakers on here. They're really nice. It's much nicer than a lot of the other kits that are out there that come with like a 3-inch driver. This is, and it's a full range driver. This actually is a two-way speaker, separate tweeter. Not sure if you're able to see through the grill here, but you've got a separate tweeter from the 6.5-inch woofer. So this is a really good value. These things sound really nice for what they are. And so we're getting them wired up here with all the cabling and all the other equipment. So we're going to get the amp set up now. So we're burying the cable under the rocks and getting the sub in the ground. Alrighty, so we're just buttoning up here, but we've got our conduit coming up. Believe it or not, there's no actually attic to this point here, so we actually had to get it way over, but we were able to get it up into the game room upstairs. We've got the two Sonos amps. We trenched the cable all the way over using conduit to protect it up into the flower beds, and then we've got the burial cable all the way over. We've got a Red Atom Red 6 land. It's the 4 6.5-inch Red Atom speakers with a 12-inch sub. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and of course the 12-inch sub that's buried in the ground. It's almost 2 feet down into the ground actually. We've got the mushroom top right there, so they can now enjoy music out here. And then up underneath the patio, we've got the Episode 500 series, the 6-inch outdoor speaker here. Got 1 and 2 over here. As I said, you can see the old conduit that whoever installed the old system previously went through the roof for whatever reason, and didn't just do something like we just did here with the liquid tight, the conduit here. So we've got all the way around and gone up into the attic. Yes, this is some conduit exposed here. We've got 3 Cat 6 cables. We have an extension cord just for now for testing purposes because they're having an electrician put in an outlet right behind the TV here. They should be coming out soon to do that. That way we don't have the data and power or anything in the same conduit, which is how everything was done before, which is not how it's supposed to be. So we ran new ICE cable as well for the new speakers. You don't actually see any of the cables. It's much nicer. Everything's much nicer than it was before. So we've got two zones here. We've got the patio zone and the pool zone. So we're going to button up and get everything going. Also mentioned we got the binary ARC kit. So it's the audio over Cat 6 or audio over Ethernet. We've got HDMI and one end of the Balun inside the weatherproof cover on the back of the TV. Ethernet up to the game room where the amp is, and goes back out HDMI from the converter to the Balun to the Sonos amp. So we'll be able to use ARC and CEC to control the TV and the amp and everything else. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you're interested in a system like this and you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please just give us a call at 972-905-0556 or email sales@puremediasystems.com. Or, of course, direct authorized dealers for Red Atom, Sonos, Episode, Samsung, and all the other products you see in our videos. So don't forget to give us a call or email sales@puremediasystems.com. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to getting that next video out. Thanks, guys.